All right. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Peace, love, and life,
happy
family.
Sunday.
We are in for another episode of That's How You Feel. First off, we want to thank everybody for tuning into our first episode, all the feedback that we've gotten. Of course, we love it. Good, bad, we're learning.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I guess I'm Chucky Love. Y'all know that. That's
K. McCall.
My cousin Kev.
And today's episode is dating and relationships. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. So before we really delve into it, this would be the part of the conversation in which we would, whoever was our sponsor, we would definitely be talking about. You guys would give you a nice 30-second drop right about now. So please feel free to contact us, booking.that'showyoufeelshow.com.
Gmail.
I'm still getting it. And oh yeah, we're on Instagram Live as well.
Hi,
Facebook
Instagram.
Live. Hi
Hi,
everybody.
Facebook.
And please feel free to call in. Our telephone number is 508-499.
9674.
There we go. And yeah, so we'll start off with the news. So what's been going on this week, man? How's everybody? How was your trip though? First off,
Amazing.
yeah, you
Yeah.
look good, man.
I feel
Halfway.
amazing.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I feel amazing.
Yeah.
It was much needed. Yes, it was a much needed vacation. So sorry for the brief departure from you guys. I missed y'all though.
I miss you too,
It would have
man.
been even better. You
Look
know, y'all was
rejuvenated.
tagged. Yes, I feel rejuvenated. So yeah, I'm ready to hit the ground rolling. So yeah, it's been good. Glad to be back working. Let's get this thing going.
Okay.
Right. Been gone for too long, but we back.
But we back. So even within the news, I know one of the things we were talking about with the news was the situation at Hobby Airport
Hobby Airport. What was that?
about the other lounge for the workers, for the white workers,
Oh, the little break room.
the little break room situation at the airport.
What is what?
Yeah.
Enlighten me, please. I'm sorry.
So
I've been in the rock or
supposedly
something.
what's been going on is that there is a separate break area for the white employees, and that's with who is it? Ain't that Delta?
Southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah.
Now how
The
Southwest
black
gonna be?
airline.
That's what I was gonna say. Now
That's
ain't
like
Southwest
Spirit
the black
cousin.
airline?
That's like Spirit cousin. That's like when Spirit messes up, we ain't no black people ain't flying no.
Are you kidding me?
Spirit is like the stepchild. They ain't the cousin.
No.
A lot of times you take the cousin, you don't take the stepchild. I
Yeah.
think Spirit's more like.
It's not part of the deal.
Yeah, it's like you can kind of take a lead. You know, sometimes when it's a stepchild, it's like, oh, that's my mama, husband, child.
Right.
It's not my sister.
I didn't realize the importance of it until I got like older. My dad is he took in both my mom's kids, and like I don't want to put the whole business out, but you know we all got different
So you got,
daddies.
like,
And so
two
my
Spirit
daddy,
airlines
yeah,
at
my
home.
daddy came in and swooped in, took care of both of them, and made me and raised it. That's pretty dope. I don't know if I would have.
He's a good man. Sound
I
like.
think I would have done it. Yeah, I would have. That's awesome. I didn't think it was like that.
Yeah.
Till I got older.
Sometimes it can be. If they don't automatically mesh, yeah, you a little closer to a cousin than a step. Or
Right. They don't get the extra gifts for Christmas.
something like that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I just think
They
that
don't
in
get
the
it.
climate that we're in right now, for Southwest to do that with everything that they have going on, I don't think it's good for business.
Yeah.
We're in such an open place in the world. It's like, okay, that's
you
what
see?
y'all decide y'all want to do.
And that's what we're gonna go with.
Right. So I don't know how much
that,
boycotting we gonna do because seemingly we don't value the black dollar as
Right.
much as we should.
We'll do it tough for about a week.
You seen it was more than the break room though, right?
Oh, really? It was
Yeah.
more than the right room?
Yeah, you know they was so Buddy, the black guy that before he filed the case or whatever, he got fired for running over a little cable outside or something like that.
What?
Right, so it was a small infraction. Usually people just get in trouble for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All the other white people that did it, they didn't get. They didn't get suspended, nothing. But he got fired, so that's why he took pictures of stuff that was going
Wait a
on.
minute,
So
so
had
he was white?
No, the black dude got fired. He the one
Oh.
that brought all this stuff out. So he
Okay.
got pictures. What
Of
these
the-
folks did was the white folks was taking the cords and tying up to make it look like a noose. And on the job site, so like outside where the planes at,
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
Lord.
nooses, and they would just be hung up.
Southwest, really? Like,
guy
I'm
posted
gonna need
this.
y'all.
This is
Yeah, it's
actual-
crazy
these
because I be
actual
wanting
pictures,
to
you can
want
Google
to
You know
get
what I'm
away.
saying?
I be wanting to get away, and I booked that want to get away. And Southwest Airlines, if y'all want to sponsor, y'all still can. Do we want them to sponsor? I like flying with Southwest. I'm sorry. They got tickets. I flown to LA round trip for under $200.
No shade, but I'll catch Spirit. I'll take the step.
Spirit over Southwest.
With that, yeah, because to me that. In my opinion, that's your ethics. That's ethically wrong. And the fact that you don't have no kind of way of seeing that like that's wrong, nobody should be able to do that. Forget just in this climate, period. We should have come way further than that. And so with everything going on, folks boycotting police.
Don't nobody want to be in the white break. Don't nobody want to be in the white break room no way. What they just warming up like potato. Karen bringing that potato salad with the raisins
where they got the
Keurig.
In the black break room is where they got the old coffee pot situation.
They in there warming up russet potatoes.
Either way, it still just ain't right. It's not right. Separate but equal. I don't want to hit it like this.
Nah.
You know, that's crazy. You know what I heard? Well, I guess what we just found out, that Bert and Ernie was a couple. Okay, so our childhood, right?
But I knew that though.
See, I didn't know. Well, I knew. Okay, I knew that they lived together.
Snuffleupagus was a heroin addict.
What? Not a sure.
That's why he always be like, "Hey."
Snuffleupagus was a woman though. Snuffleupagus was a woman.
And then Oscar was like a crackhead.
He was a crackhead, but he was an angry crackhead.
I thought that Oscar was a bum. Not a crackhead. He just was a bum.
Was a bum, right? Okay.
Like, he was just
had his wits about himself. Yeah, his mom was right. He always had sharp comebacks. You know what I mean? So he really.
It's just amazing when you think about your childhood or some of the stuff, because now things are so much more socially acceptable in that arena. So for the fact that he kind of came around, no, I did think I could believe it.
Man, what if
only
it was a show?
Because everything that he did, he was like, "So hey, Bert."
Well, right.
He was never like, Bert, where the hoes at, Bert?
Where like all of your favorite, like, okay, so what are some favorite cartoons we used to watch, like Doug and stuff like that? So, but it's real life. And it's 2018, and some of them got babies now, or life them over.
Doug and Daria, them was my two shows.
I watched Daria. Doug
was just depressed.
Yeah, Doug was my thing.
Yeah, I like
especially with the patty with the
Mexican
bone. Right.
Patty was black. You know
Skeeter was black. You had Mr. Dean or Mr. Mr. Right. Very expensive. Hold on, we done got completely off the fact that
all right, Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie gay. Right. Bert and Ernie, was obviously lovers, I guess, but we never seen them kiss or nothing like that, right?
Yes, they did. They kiss and hug.
On this
puppets. You can't sexualize puppets.
Yes, you can.
Man, you seen that new movie they just made?
But no, it ain't a new movie, but like it used to be like, you know how Comedy Central or like how what was it, MTV had them shows? Yeah, them things. Yeah. But what does this mean now? So I think this is also a part of the whole story where we are getting more acceptance of different types of lifestyles, which we are all for. Been in it.
Like puppets. Right, scissoring each other because they ain't even got no components like
but
that.
But that was why, because it wasn't socially acceptable to even show any of those things. So you have to do that.
What's up with that? What's up with that,
Bert? Let me get some of that.
Wind it back down, y'all. Wind it back down.
Get that squirt. What's up with that squirt, Bert?
Let's round it back. Round it back.
So, so it's crazy, but I think it's dope. I mean, look,
Sesame Street.
Different stories.
They said it wasn't true though, but the creator.
But Sesame Street said it wasn't true because Sesame Street is also a child's program show. So of course that for liability and all of these things that could come against like so many parents, because while we are all more acceptable, we've moved on with the times. Everybody hasn't. So if you don't want to get that to be lost or all kind of things where nobody will even allow, because you have to think about Sesame Street still come on PBS Kids. There's a difference. Like you can't say that this is what it was, and then all of a sudden now it's like, nope, we don't want to see Sesame Street, because they said they also said that Snuffleupagus and Big Bird. I never heard the drug stuff.
I don't know,
but they was
sounds accurate though when you look at it.
Snuffleupagus and Big Bird, which I always thought Big Bird was a dude.
I don't know, but Big Bird. I just want to hit this coke again. I just want to. Hey, Bird. Hey, Big Bird, I don't know. I just want to.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But
I wanna be
moving
sensitive.
right along, because y'all know they'll go way further.
Right.
Then
What
we
else
need to
happened,
go.
man? What else
Gay
happened this week,
puppets.
man?
Yeah. But what was the story that you was telling us about with Katt Williams?
Oh yeah, everybody know the Katt Williams.
I
and the
did
Wanda
not
thing.
hear about
Oh yeah,
it.
that's, you was
Yeah.
gone, so you was off the grid.
Yeah, I was completely off the grid. No phone, no nothing.
you
I
miss a lot
literally
when you gone that
I
long.
was only posting pictures from social media
Yeah.
because that's the only thing you could get on.
Right.
That's
It
it.
was. I watched the full video in its
Yeah,
entirety
20
as a
minutes.
comedian. I mean, to be honest, she walked into that like
Yeah.
she kept poking at him, and you can't go at someone and not think that and that's Katt. Who Katt don't eat up?
He's definitely an asshole. But
He's
it
as
was
right,
jokes, though.
right.
shouldn't
Well,
have been
it
a
was definitely
friendly.
jokes, and she took it personal. And then she came back with the extra show afterwards. They had a whole nother afterwards,
Oh, I ain't seen that.
and
I ain't seen
she
that.
did the explanation of it.
Explanation
It's
of
crazy
what?
of how that whole scenario, because it was Red Grant's interview because of
Okay.
his show.
Oh, I didn't even see him speak.
Right, see, so it was Red Grant's show in the first place. He had a show at this comedy show.
Okay.
He had a comedy show coming up. I'm sorry that I don't know Red, but I do love you, man. Okay.
Gap
So, but Katt was just there with him. According to the source, like Katt didn't even want to be on the camera. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to just post up. You know.
And basically just
act.
Right,
his
but they
vote.
wanted him on him though. They wanted him on the show. They was like, "Come on, man, come on." So he ended up on there. Next thing you know, like in the conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like just kind of And she a comedian too,
Yeah.
so she didn't
I thought she just did like male reviews or something. No,
like did the
I mean, she
hosting.
do kind of,
hosting.
you know, she does. She's not I don't think she really a comedian. She's like a hostess that kind of
Right,
has
who
a
like to try to
comedic
decide,
side,
right,
but I
right,
don't
right.
really think,
Right,
you
right.
know, that it's so much. Yeah.
But I appreciate her as one comedian. Just to even get out there, they had the huevos to try to go for it. I dig it. She done more shows than I do. I'm sorry, guys.
Katt Williams went.
Other comedians be mad at
It
me.
was funny.
They just
But how did it get to?
Right,
It was
so
like
in the
a situation.
conversation, they it started off just to make a little sly comment. She started talking about his hair, talking about food, and all these little,
Oh, they
you know
started
what I mean?
taking
Just
little jabs
some
at
little
each other.
jabs, you know what I mean? And every time, you know what I'm saying, it was supposed to be over with. She would say something. She tried to get the last word, say something.
Everybody pull out their phones and look it up, and it
And
says
then
what it takes
she
to
would
make
say
broccoli.
something. She was
It
like
says hot water.
but she would say something. I'm like, all right. So what was that? What's up with your hair? Something like you gotta get your hair done. Okay, everybody. Well, all right. Thank guys for watching V103, whatever, or listen to V103, trying to change the subject. And before he didn't, I'm like, all right now, Wanda.
He just
Now we
kept
just
getting
gonna talking about your scruffy fingers, you know, and trying to run through hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just took off from there.
He said, "My hair's
it just took
19
off,
inches
man.
unpermed. You
Right,
said you could come run your gnarled fingers
Yeah, your
through it."
gnarled
Like,
fingers.
I said, "Dang."
But that's what you get. Like you can't
Yeah.
do that.
All that
and
other
not
stuff
think
So,
that
but what
was
I don't
false,
understand
though.
And just
is
coulda
how
kept it
did that
moving.
go
All right.
from? How did it go from?
Right, his truth is what he was. My bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did it go from them doing all that to? Because what I was hearing, I'm trying to think. Where
think it-
was I? I think when we got back, when I was on my way back to the airport, Saturday or whatever, and they was just saying something about that Lamaris, which is her husband, and her son had rolled up on Katt.
Oh yeah, after that.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
I mean, that's just what again,
Come on,
just what I heard.
man.
That's what the
like
streets
really,
is saying.
man.
They said
Like
that
really.
afterwards or something.
I want to say I was in the airport and they was talking. I was
Alright.
listening to
Well, to keep
I
that
was
going-
listening to what you call it them.
Because I don't want to get jumped. I just
Oh yeah, I don't want to either. But
So,
it was
I just
Charlamagne
saying.
them that was talking about it. That's what I heard. I was listening
Right.
to the Breakfast Club and they was like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah, it's crazy.
Because
It's comedians. It's
Kevin Hart was
comedians,
on
man.
there.
Yeah.
Because he
Right,
addressed
right.
what he
Right,
said
yeah.
to Tiffany Haddish.
Right.
And that's
Right.
really how it
He
popped
brought
off
it into
anyway.
facts.
Right,
Once
talking
he said
about
something
Tiffany
Haddish,
Haddish,
Wanda kind of took up to the defense, and then
Right.
that's when the whole conversation got defensive.
And Tiffany don't know me. I mean, we friends on Facebook forever, but I mean, she don't remember me personally, whatever. But like a long time ago, a couple of years ago, back in LA, it was a couple of us comedians, you know, and she was still on the come on. I'm so proud of her myself too. This is a plug just so we can tag her, and I'm gonna come up too. I'm gonna get a couple of thousands off her coattail. But anyway, it just
But she
been at it though.
You should listen to her Breakfast Club thing because
I'm proud of her, man.
Everybody who was coming, she trying to put them on. So you should reach out.
That's what's up. Well, in due time, we putting this work in.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? Like, I support her. We on her side. So, and Katt is a comedian, so just don't come for his head, because if you gonna get what you get when you come for one.
And you can't come for somebody who got the petty gene. Like, no shade to Katt. Like, I think he's a great comedian. But he got the petty gene. Like, you can't come for petty because it can get real deep.
How about this for a segue? Speaking of Jean, how about Botham Jean? I'm sorry. That was dark, right? It was good.
What's Botham Jean?
Right, like Fred Blankenship.
I'm my original Fred Blankenship. Thank you for calling. This is Fox 5. Actually, is he on Fox 5 Channel 2?
Oh, don't do it. Okay.
I'm Fred Blankenship, and it's 6 a.m. in the morning. Thank you for the news.
What about the Jean? What about the Jean?
Okay, so Botham Jean.
Botham. Which one?
Botham Jean, right? That's his name, right? Yeah. So he was the guy who.
These ain't Jeans.
Yeah, a black guy about our age who got killed in the comfort of his home. He answered the door. Imagine watching TV, and then you go answer your door, and you get shot, and it's a white police officer. But they also said it was like his ex-girlfriend or something like that. Oh, y'all hear that? My bad. I pressed the button
on his computer.
It got quiet all of a sudden.
Okay.
I couldn't hear it in my ear right here.
So I'm
slick watching the Bears game, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm watching the Bears game. I love this show. I love my Bears too.
Right.
I couldn't.
So back to what we were saying. The guy who got shot.
Right. So Botham Jean. So he was So he answered the door. He got shot and was killed. And the murderer was a white female cop, who also in turn I think afterwards turned out to be his ex-girlfriend or something like that. Or
nah, that part was.
Nah, I don't think that was true.
The whole
I think it just she didn't know, but she knew he stayed there. Like I did hear that, and that she had done made complaints before about that situation. True. And then something else that I heard is that he had like a bulletproof. He had like police things in his house. So
because she probably was going over there, getting smashed out, leaving it over there, and going back. You know what I'm saying?
Now that's a definite twist to the story.
Well, if she was, I don't know.
But now, what I will say about this particular situation,
well, of course, it would need to.
And it's just my own opinion.
Protection.
Take it for how you want to take it. But I honestly think she gonna go to jail.
I hope so.
No. And I hate to say this, but it's the truth. I'm gonna tell you why I say it. Because she a woman. Because all of the male ones should have took their butt to jail too.
Right. Well,
and
Bill going. Bill Cosby finna go. Well, he ain't murdered.
No. I'm talking about white privileged police who have killed black people and taken either self-defense or hid behind.
Had nothing to do with nothing.
Or hid behind the fact that they killed,
She still got manslaughter though. Like she can get off. She can get probation.
But at the end, no, they're not gonna give her probation. But what I'm saying is the part that bothers me about it, not that she's going to jail because she deserves to go to jail. What bothers me about it is she'll be the one that they let fall on the sword because she's the woman.
Right.
Versus the fact that there were men way before her that did the same foolishness. Because I'm telling you, a part of her, though I feel like this was calculated, she can claim that it was what it was. But if you had enough sense to announce that you was a police officer and all of that kind of stuff, baby, you wasn't too disoriented.
The story, so, I'm still waiting for the actual facts. They saw
every story has been changed. Every story has been changed. So what I'm saying is that to me, I feel like she's going to be the one that actually go to jail. So many others should have gone, and she the one who gonna finally take the rap. Like she's the one finally going to jail.
And you see, she bonded out $300,000 bond.
Oh, she bonded out. Somebody else bonded out.
On no police salary.
The 12 black protesters still in jail to this day for protesting that.
Who,
with no
y'all
bond.
know who bonded that lady out?
You know
the same people who put her in jail bonded her out. Ain't nobody paid no money. Ain't nobody got no paperwork. That lady is just out.
What?
But anyway, moving along to the next story
That's
really
crazy.
quickly. And I think the next story, it's about Roseanne Barr. What the world? She got going
So
on?
I didn't even know about this. Shay, our producer, shout out to her, of course.
Woo-woo.
She
Hey,
hit me
Shay.
with earlier out the blue. Just so Chuck, this is what you're going to talk about on the show. All right.
She's an awesome producer.
It's gonna be like all right. So I don't know if you heard, but Roseanne Barr, she said some things
Oh, she did. I remember
she said,
what she said.
something like black people are like the most forgiving people on earth or something like that. So you're gonna talk about that. And
And the reason that she's saying that is because I don't know if you guys know the story, which is why Roseanne, the reboot, got canceled, is because she opened her mouth.
I used
and
to
I
rock
hate to
with
say
Roseanne,
this because
too.
I really did rock with
It was
Roseanne.
disappointing.
Like I thought, I
Hulk
felt
Hogan.
like, you know, no shade, but you know, her family was kind of like the
Kramer.
white trash, middle class
Trash.
people or whatever, but they had real family stuff. Like her mama got on her
Right.
nerves, like some other people.
We
mama.
related
Like, it
to
was so
Roseanne
many-
as black people because we know what it's like to be poor.
and struggle,
And,
yeah,
and
definitely.
poor white people don't like the fact that they are equivalent economically or socially as black people.
Though they don't necessarily always feel that way.
They can't
and
stand that.
some of her comments, which is what got her show canceled before it could really get started, were derogatory towards people of color, and so that's how she got canceled quickly. Because guess what? Even the network that she owned not ran by black people, but one thing they didn't want is that black dollar to stop. So she did, and so that's her reasoning, in my opinion, as to why she said we so forgiving, because she's hoping that that's what happens, so she can start back getting that check, and she can stop doing
Try to
these.
do this completely right.
People like Roseanne.
Get on get off that chitlin circuit of comedy.
Right.
So.
I need to get back on the chitlin circuit, boy. I got some new material for y'all.
But moving along, good news. You see that?
Yeah. Oh no, but hold on. Before we swap it out. Now, what she said though, regardless of the statement, is truth to that, and it's a problem. She says, and I think this is quotes in quotes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black people are the most forgiving people, and it's true. Think about everything that we done been through, and we keep forgiving. And I know we're supposed to forgive and forget, or however that goes.
That's what the good book says.
Right, but
Turn to the cheek, my brother.
at some point, I think it also say eye for an eye. Not saying that you got to seek revenge or do nothing about it, but we can't keep allowing ourselves to forgive these people. They kill our kids, and we forgive them and settle out for $300,000. Are you kidding me? We say we forgive you for we understand. No, we don't understand, and they gonna keep getting away with it if we don't stop. It's not forgivable. Stuff
That's
like
right.
this. Botham Jean shouldn't have died. It's not forgivable.
Let's go out there and kill their kids.
No, Kevin.
No?
We have no idea where that just came from. Please.
But at the end of the day, though, we
But-
definitely
You know what I'm
do
saying.
not.
Yeah.
We don't want
I mean, with these podcasts.
we got to stop being nice.
With these
about
podcasts.
it.
But I think that
I think I
and
should
while
say
I
that.
definitely agree with you,
I'm sorry.
I mean,
I kinda-
wholeheartedly.
yeah, I kinda gotta
I
do
do.
it. My
But
heart
what
beating
this
fast.
is my feeling, and I'm sure it's kind of what white America feels as well. And as a black woman, this probably sounds real crazy to some. But to others, you'll get it. At the end of the day, it's hard to keep telling them to stop killing us when we killing each other. And that's just how I feel. I don't feel like they're no more right, but I do feel like we just as wrong. That's just how I feel. You can't say, it's like, in my opinion, how people
they
say,
kill-
well,
they
I don't
kill
want
theyself.
you to say
They kill
nigga,
themselves,
but you'll
too.
go kill another one, and then you want to get out here and boycott and riot.
Now, the
when-
problem is we
when Lil
glorified.
Ray Ray just shot Scooby. But when John Paul go shoot Scooby, now it's a problem.
I can't
I'm sorry, I
subscribe.
don't condone
I
neither
dig it.
one.
I dig.
I don't.
I can't subscribe to that because see, for one, I'm not even gonna take
it's
the
a
low
false
route and
narrative
blame it on our
that is black on black crime.
the situations that
It's
we in.
choices. It's choices. I don't care what nobody says.
Man,
It's
at the end of
choices.
you
But
can
everything
be
that you-
individual like that, but even more so, like no one at at the end of the day. I always say that, right? At the end of the day, okay, I need to hurry up, but it doesn't even matter if I'm gonna be the one. What the hell was my point of thought? God damn it, I lost my track of thought. All right, well, I got to keep it moving. This is gonna come back to me.
Basically,
it was gonna be good
Ain't
too.
no such thing as black on black crime. That's a
Yeah,
that's
okay,
a false
white
narrative.
people kill themselves
White people
the
kill
same way.
themselves.
Oh,
We
yeah,
kill people
definitely.
That's
Right,
in
right.
proximity to each
And
other.
ours
is
We all
just-
in the
ours
same
is just
because
spoken
due
about.
to classism. All right,
is.
move down.
Right.
Bye,
Ours
bye,
is
bye.
just highlighted and all that stuff and all the same. But they going out here and mass murdering people. We ain't mass murdering people. We just murdering
start
the people
doing
that
it.
was right around the street. You know what I'm saying? We not with all of that.
man.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
black
at the
crime.
end of the day, yeah. All right. Next topic. All right.
Okay,
so
the
we're gonna
last
swap it
thing,
into some
yeah.
good news, like you wanted to
this
say.
the last thing. So Harvard Black Culture Awards, Kaepernick, because I can't never say his first name, and Dave Chappelle.
And Dave Chappelle.
They were
I mean, I think
honored
this, yeah,
by
they were
Harvard.
They was honored, yeah.
by
I
Harvard.
don't,
And
I didn't
think
even watch it.
That's great for the culture.
Well, I would tell you
I
like
really
this.
do. I think that's
I
great for
love
the
the
culture.
entire Nike Kaepernick thing. You know what I'm saying? No matter how people are receiving it, the message is out there, and I think it's allowing, especially since the stock has jumped back up. I think it's opening the doors for other major corporations to feel comfortable with representing athletes who are outspoken or who are speaking up for black or racial inequality, specifically. Not the plight of everybody else, but black equality. Okay, I'm sorry. But everybody too, but us specifically.
I agree with that. One of the things that I did here as
That's
I was
why it's
coming
a
back
Black
in
Culture
town.
Award.
Yeah.
That's why it's a black culture. That's why he said.
Yeah, Harvard had to acknowledge black culture. But really quick, one of the things that I heard about with the Nike thing is they were saying, somebody was saying that, you know, it's not like Nike doing some big thing for, you know, us as black people or whatever the case by supporting Kaepernick, because they also still support the NFL who won't give him a job. And my thing is, it's kind of a big, in my opinion, screw you to the NFL, because it's like I'm gonna still take your money,
Right.
and
And
I'm sponsoring somebody that
Big
that's
bank
still
take little bank.
that's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's still about the dollar. So that's how, you know, when you really look at it, yeah, they getting that money from the NFL, but
Personally,
they making even more money with Kaepernick, and Kaepernick doing pretty doggone well without a country.
So
right now.
needless to say, I'm
regardless.
glad that we are able, that the boycott is over and we're able to watch games again. The Falcons lost to the Saints, but however the Bears,
Who that nation?
the Bears,
A lot of people not watching.
playing right now.
But yeah,
I'm watching it right now.
Nike ain't
3-14, but it's
Nike
okay.
ain't nothing no man.
All right, so that's
Right.
going to conclude
Right.
our news segment, and
Yeah,
y'all can start
Bears.
calling in.
We going to the
Again,
playoffs this
our
year.
number is
We're going to the playoffs this year.
Kobe still had shoes after he raped that white girl.
In
Colorado.
That's the end of the first segment, y'all. We'll
Give us a call at 508-499-9674.
Sacrifice everything.
That's 508-499-9674.
508-499.
sacrifice everything, even if
9674.
it's your freedom.
Yeah, I don't know that logic.
I'm not with that. I don't agree with that at all.
I'm just
It's
saying,
just
but
fun.
Nike is with it. That's what I'm saying. What's up? What's up?
And we're back, segment 2. Hey.
I'm gonna do the Martin.
We in this thing. All right.
So we're officially going into our topic.
Yeah.
And as we said at the top of the show is that our topic today is about dating and relationships.
Yeah.
So this first part,
Part one.
this part one.
And this the thing. So the reason why we saying part one, because this one right here is us three just talking about it. We got the way we're gonna go about it is in succession. So it's the beginning of the dating process. That's part one. That's segment one. Then part two is when you actually in a relationship, and then 3 is when it's over with and how do you end it. But this is gonna be different than the dating and relationship topic that we're gonna have in the future, part 2, which is gonna be about the metaphysical and the spiritual connections and the deeper meaning of love, man. But right now we're gonna talk about that fun action. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
So one of the first points that I
Yeah.
see that we have on here is about like this social media situation with dating.
okay.
Right.
So
Okay. So
let me ask you this: what are y'all thoughts about if you are dating, about showing your significant other on your social media?
you want to go first? I'll go.
You more for me. I ain't with that taking my picture junk anyway. I'll be like what you doing
Who
over
is
there?
you hiding from?
Okay. So
Me for?
I think relationships should not be able to be made or broken by social media. Unfortunately, they are. But so when I was dating, in all my relationships, I'm very open. I try to minimize, a whole bunch of posts of me and my girl or whatever. I don't mind putting up, but you can get in trouble if you don't post her, because she gonna think that you trying to keep her hidden from the other females. If she's the type of female that likes to have her stuff posted out there. Now there's some who like to keep it subtle. They don't want to be seen or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's a lot of them take it as almost disrespectful when you don't. You can't like other girls' pictures because now they got Instagram helps people be the ultimate lurkers. See?
I know that part. I just don't know the other part.
Right. And so you can actually look and see what the people that you follow, what they like. That's like one of the greatest lurking tools ever. You know what I'm saying? And it makes it hard. I had an ex-girlfriend who would literally, when people would leave comments, because I'm pretty social, and people would leave comments under my page. I got a homeboy, Red Beanie. Shout out Red Beanie, Worldwide Digio. He on The Walking Dead. And he left under my comment under one of my posts because it was like the video of me eating chicken, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And underneath it, he was like, boy, you dumb, boy, that's what I'm talking about. You on your way. You gonna make it. And she comes right after that and be like, damn, I hope she don't watch this episode. Oh, my. Anyway, she came right up after it and was like,
I'm backpedaling now.
I know, I'm already knee deep in. And she was like, come back and like, who the hell you think you talking to, nigga? Didn't get your hand with nothing. He great than him. You sorry, motherfucker. And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you kidding me? This dude was really just giving me the shout out. So for you to not even see that he was, you know what I mean?
Is that a girl that you took to the listening party? What's her name?
Oh, to the movie, to my film. I did take her to the
right
one? No, the rap party, to the film rap party.
Just the way that he just described how this situation went, because what I told him about that situation, which, you know, honestly, this is a little advice to men or women if you decide to post your guy on social media. I personally, I did it one time in a relationship, and I just decided that I no longer wanted to do that. However, when she gets the ring,
then that's when you put up. See, the ring changes the thing, changes everything. The ring changes everything.
It do. That then, you know, I'm halfway with the post. I'm with it.
Right.
But because I am a public figure, I have other things going on. Like, I'm not gonna do that now. If somebody asks me like, "Hey, are you dating?" and if I'm dating, then that's what I'm with it. Right. Yeah, I'm always coming. I'm always coming out and going, you know, let it be known. Now, I may not necessarily say it on my social media, but if a guy, you know, is in my DM or whatever the case may be, I'm always gonna be respectful. Like, hey, I'm seeing somebody or whatever the case may be, if that's what the situation is. But the advice that I was going to say is that when you know what you're trying to do, and I just gave my godson's friend some of this advice when we had his graduation party. I love talking to his friends ever since he was in high school. Like, I used to love doing a little, because I love kind of enlightening them on things. Yeah, just putting them on real game. And basically what I was telling them is you need to debate what you really want from the girl when you get it started. And if you're honest with her from the beginning, this is how I always look at it. You can't argue with me if I've been telling you the truth. Now, if you allowed your emotions to say that because I'm a good guy or I'm a good girl, and it's like, well, dang, they got to be feeling me like this or that. So it got to be more than what it is. But the whole time, but you, for instance, a girl be like, now you say we just friends, like I ain't looking for no relationship or whatever, but you spend a lot of time with her, you Netflix and chill with her, like all of that stuff. And then, you know, she might start saying, you know, I want to go out. Just because you like her, you know, to appease her, you may try to take her out. But
which happened with Shawty, who was
wait. But then you get with somebody else, or you see somebody else that have a different, better potential of something that you want for your future.
Actually be with you. Handle it
and
totally
the second,
different.
And you handle it different. You still honest. The second that person feel like, well, you was doing all of this stuff with me, why would I assume that you wasn't, you know, really feeling me? It's like, listen to what they say. Now, do some of them lie? Yes. But for the vast majority nowadays, they just gonna tell you the truth.
Right. What they think.
Whether you care to listen to the truth. And some feel like, you know, well, I'm good enough that I can change his mind and all of that. And if that's what you believe, honey, that's gonna be you and your wet pillow.
I dig it.
But
what about you, cuzzo? You out there like, would you social media, would you date somebody off of social media and not? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll pull a snack off of her.
Yeah, snacker too?
I'll pull a snack off of her.
Let me help y'all while y'all walking around hollering about snacks. What? Snacks is only for craving purposes.
Okay.
No, when you eat enough snacks.
Okay.
Craving purposes.
Okay.
Now, you only crave snacks. I'm just saying.
I ain't trying to get full and catch the itis and fall asleep though.
Right. Because then it's more expectations in the morning.
When I do.
When you catch the right one, you want to catch the itis. Let us be clear.
That's true. That's true.
It ain't always about a snack. I see so many girls walking around here talking about.
I'll tell you right now, I'm active. Snacks. I'm active on Bumble right now, right?
Snacks, you go back and forth every now and
I be trying to find a meal. I be trying to find a meal, but I don't come on no meal. I always come up on. I don't come on no meal. I don't come up with a meal. I always end up coming up with, like, you know what I'm saying, with snacks. But going
trail mix at that. So they still picking and choosing.
Right, but I'm
Just
saying, so social media is actually cool. It's 2018. In the beginning, people wasn't with it. It was weird. It was taboo back in the early 2000s or whatever. But now it's pretty much normal. As a matter of fact, I'd actually think I'm quite apt at it. Not only do you have social media sites like Bumble or like an app, which I love it because what it is.
Fish, Tinder.
Right, yeah, POF. You know what I'm saying? My homie Dane back in LA used to call it POF, P-O-F. But then you got, but they dope though. And the problem is,
I did a race on POF back in the day.
Right?
I did the race.
That's cool.
I done Tinder. I did Tinder. I did Black People Meet. They even had one. They even had one interracial dating.
How long did it take before you got with the person after you, and how did that happen?
Tinder.
I got the bad white John off Farmers only.
Tinder was cool for me. I had a little bit of a squad going on Tinder for a second.
Right.
I didn't know.
Oh.
It was just
out. Squad is like.
I did. It was a squad because I really was trying to figure out what they really had going on, and they kind of picked themselves off until I found an MVP because. I'm looking for the number one draft.
See, girls get. I'm sure they get like a whole bunch of.
But I was honest with everybody.
Left and swipe right.
I was honest with everybody.
Y'all probably
That's
get like a whole bunch more than we do. See, we're still the hunters, right? So we swiping right on all the ones we like, and y'all get all of these tons of. Kevin probably pretty stuff. He probably get a whole bunch of like requests in his. You know what I'm saying?
I have 150 in like 4 days on there.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I be having to be,
and you get to pick and choose.
And I can't talk to all them people.
Mine be like 20. I'm chocolate. I only get 20.
The only reason I said I had just a squad is because I narrowed them down by the conversation, to see who I actually wanted to meet in person,
right,
and who I wanted to give my phone number to because I'm real private.
And the reason I had 150, I ain't gonna flex like that. It's not because I'm nigga handsome or something. It's because I don't look at it. I just.
Yeah.
And then I just go to sleep, and then I wake up. And when I wake up in the morning, I just see whatever I got in the net. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I delete them later. Is somebody calling?
Is it a caller?
It says Daryl. So is he calling? Oh, well, okay. Let's see.
Is it a caller?
That's an African ringtone.
I like the ringtone.
Thanks for calling. That's how you feel. How you feel?
Good.
Great. Wonderful.
Who is this?
That's a personal phone call.
I think this is a personal phone call. Shay, who phone is this?
No, she said it's not a personal phone call.
It said Darrell or Daryl. Darrell. In the call
Hi,
ID.
do you have a question?
How y'all feeling?
We feeling great. We trying to figure out what's going on with your question.
You know you
today.
calling the live show, right? You calling our show is live on the air.
He know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, so I don't know
how you feel then, huh?
That's how you feel, huh? Okay, so since you called in, bruh, in the middle of the show while we live, we talking about dating and relationships
with social media. Yes,
with social media. So what about you? Do you use social media and holler at people or what? What you do?
No, I think social media is taking away communication, man.
Okay.
Exactly.
But are you lurking?
Okay. See,
you ain't
all these text messages and emojis really don't have no substance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm glad you said that.
That's so good. That's a great point.
He brought us right into what we was,
Yeah, that's a great point because nowadays people can't hold a conversation.
Right.
You can have a great text emoji situation type thing
so
going on,
right.
but like they can't hold conversation.
In real life.
The last few dates that I went on before I kind of started narrowing situations down, that was kind of a big determining factor for me.
Right.
Yeah,
so
conversation
on there.
So do you do it all?
People would text you happy birthday instead of calling you. And to hear your voice.
Impersonal interaction.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the future of it? Do you think we'll ever get back to a point where we learn how to become more sociable with each other, or we just continue to adapt and become further and further away from?
I actually feel like these kids right now is stuck into this internet phase, and it's probably never gonna die again. It's gonna take a generation like us to try to bring it back.
Right, and show them what it's like to at least be able to be in the other person's face,
absolutely,
and to actually be able to develop. Because you can't change energy, you can't get away from the energy that's exchanged when you're in a conversation. So. You brought up a really good point, then, bro.
You gotta redirect your energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it ain't gonna happen in no text message over no megabytes or no bandwidth.
Well, Daryl, we thank you so much for calling.
That's a good point, man.
Let us know
man.
how you feel. Give us a call back. We're here Sundays from 5 to 7.
I tell you folks, man, we appreciate it. Where you at? Where you at? Hey, how can people find you online, man? You got an Instagram or something like that, or what?
I got a Facebook. My name Daryl Walker on that, man.
Okay,
All
that's
right,
a bet.
Mr. Walker,
Walker.
thank you so much for calling. That's how you feel. And you have a wonderful day, sir.
Oh yeah, anytime.
All right. All right. So Daryl kind of took us into our next segment.
Yeah, which was dope. So now that we've gotten to the point to where you met someone on Tinder or on Bumble or whatever your social
POL.
or Facebook
Or
for that matter,
Farmers.
Yeah.
sliding it or
Yeah,
They got one. You could just pull number.
They
all
definitely
numbers.
been
Right.
DM on Facebook.
Or-
I stopped even checking Facebook.
yeah, they got the ones where even if you wanted a sugar daddy or sugar mom or something like that, you could pay for it
Sugar
anyway.
daddy is a princess.
They got
or
a midget
something.
one too. I mean, dwarf one. I'm sorry, dwarf. Be politically correct.
So
Little people.
It's called small.
now that y'all
Get
together,
together.
now that
Small
y'all together,
lips.
man. Now that you met someone and y'all like each other, and y'all are in this relationship and y'all like each other.
Or you deciding to go into a relationship.
Well, yeah.
And
At
we
what
in a
point do you know?
relationship?
Say y'all like each other. Yeah, and this would get me
After the
because
sex.
everyone, right. You say
That's
you done
when-
met him, y'all smashed. Someone confused. Someone is either like, what are we? The girl is either confused or the dude is like. Now I've been the dude like Eddie Murphy in Boomerang. Like you done smashed a beautiful woman, and then afterward maybe she smashed you, and afterwards it kind of left you dang like, you know. So you gonna hit me up later? You gonna call me? You gonna, and it makes you vulnerable. I can imagine how women feel like that, especially when men typically have, I guess, control or not control, but
Possession.
they're the ones, who are possessive or who the ones who are in control,
dominant.
or dominant of the situation.
Oh,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? They
right.
call the shots or most times, and I don't want to sound chauvinistic
You
or
don't.
nothing
I
like
get
that.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so at the end of the day, and that's because
And it's
of me.
more so
period.
that women just don't want. I think in some cases, women
don't want
just
no
don't
soft
want,
nigga.
No. I don't think that it's that. I think that it's that they don't want to make it seem. They don't want. If they have given it up, they don't want it to seem like
That's only.
it's only them
Them,
that's trying to do it. It's
They're
like,
right.
show me you got some, want me
Behind
back.
me, right,
And it ain't
right,
just like
right,
this
right.
was some old random.
Just a one night thing or type.
Yeah.
I dig it. I dig
Or
it.
every now and again type of
Type of thing,
situation.
right.
Peanut the Dunn said, if Rihanna on, she a savage. I'm telling you, these chicks be savage now.
See, yeah, and that's
But I
making
think
it
that
harder.
what makes, but
Know
no,
the
I
guys
think
and
that
they
that's
feelings.
what happens though. In
The
my
dudes be
opinion,
like, why she ain't hit me back?
no offense to, you know what I'm saying, like the savage get them girls or whatever.
Yeah,
But
it is
for
a
the
problem
chicks
with
that-
it.
no,
Stop
no,
being
no.
savages. We need
No,
y'all
no,
to
no.
soften back up, man.
No,
We
it
know
ain't
we
that
missed.
because it something made them women like that. But for
Right.
the women
Soft ass,
for the
soft
women,
people, soft dudes.
Look,
for
learn
the
to
women,
forgive.
for the women who really be
Don't forget.
trying to be down, who really be wanting to be in a relationship and all of that, those the ones you push to the side.
Right.
Them the ones you don't want to deal with. Even though them the ones you can take home to your mama, go
Right.
make sure you're good, that's actually on your team.
Yeah, and that's
all
what
of
you
that,
want.
you know.
Men
That's what
want
you
that,
want,
believe it
but
or not.
that's what you say you want. And what I have come to find out on women and men, both
Mm-hmm.
sides, we convince ourselves that we want a certain thing, and then when we get it, it's like, wait a minute, I ain't ready.
That's everything though, too, to a certain degree too.
But you
But
can't-
you have to be ready for
it's
it.
contradictory.
People do have to be ready, as
It's
with anything
contradictory.
else that
'Cause
you insert in your
if
life.
it's
You
something
have
you're
to
gonna
be ready.
have, and if they're really gonna be your teammate, you don't have to be ready.
And
you
that-
don't have
that's
to be ready because
something
they're gonna
that
help
you're-
you prepare to be
And
there.
I'm glad you said that. So that, and I think that's also this is going into having this new relationship. I think it's lost to where we don't have it where people are willing, like people give up so quickly. And the difference is, I know like my grandma and granddaddy, they was together. They started when they was like teenagers and kept it all the way into their 90s, and it was not an unusual thing. A lot of families were like that, where people stuck it out. Not saying now, if you with anybody long enough, y'all gonna go through everything. Y'all gonna go through infidelity. Y'all gonna go through the fights and someone being broke and some being the breadwinner and someone not being able to deal with the other person, going through changes internally or whatever it may be. You're gonna go through that. But at some point in this relationship, a person has to because you can lose yourself in the midst of this. People tend to lose themselves trying to appease the other person.
right.
At what point does the person know or set the boundaries in the relationship so that it is equally yoked, as y'all like to see?
Look at she smile. They killed me trying to go to
be
the
equally yoked,
stuff,
but even not equally yoked. Just you know what I'm saying, equal not only in just culturally or socially, but financially, or at least to where you respect the other person and what they got going.
I agree with that because I've been in a situation where the guy that I was with, as a matter of fact, my children's father, when he and I were together, he was the breadwinner, basically. Like, I had my own business, I was doing my own thing, don't get me wrong, but he wanted to take care of everything.
Right.
But what I realized in him taking care of everything was, it was so he could tell me I don't do
control.
nothing.
Right. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like when you get mad, you don't do nothing. Yeah, and it's like,
I take care of everything.
It's like, but see, when I decided I was leaving, and then I was leaving, and I was like, it don't matter what you think I couldn't take care of, I can get this done. Right. And so in getting those things and moving on, I feel like even to this day, that's a thing for him. Like, no matter what I do or nothing, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to please him in any way, but it's like he always wants to find something critical about me to be able to say, you couldn't do it if you still can't do it because I'm not the one doing it.
Chicks do that too.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing.
It's a rough thing. It's a rough thing when someone uses.
When that's what you have to do, it really shows how far you got in your life.
Exactly.
Especially when it don't make sense for you to be like that and you supposedly moved on.
Right,
if you're in a relationship,
and if you moved on for real, you really wouldn't have no feelings.
You still find pleasure in the fact of hoping that somebody not getting their stuff together. It's like yeah, it's a lack of maturity, but I think as you get older, you make better decisions. I think in the last situation and things that
how do you know it's serious? So how you know when they're real? How we supposed to know?
When you honest with what you really want.
And they are too, and then y'all tell each other like, okay, look, I like you. This is what I want in life, and this is where we're. Man, don't you tell me what your situation is? Because you the one in the relationship. I live a bachelor. Well, I mean, I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I don't know. I know I live a bachelor lifestyle. Yeah, I don't be knowing.
She said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel 1, 2, 3, 4.
No. So no, the situation is that there's a great one. We are best friends too.
Okay.
So we talk about everything
as you should be.
And I think that what makes the situation different is I went in it totally honest.
Right.
Like, I had no qualms, nothing. It's like, listen, this is that. You know what I'm saying? These my children. This is the situation with their dad. This is my financial situation. This is what I'm doing my business.
And so from that point on, y'all are able to link up and move on. And
because you know what? When you're intentional about what you're doing, like,
it shouldn't be no room for no gray area.
When you go, if I went out on a date with anybody, like, I've always been like, I'm intentional in my dating. Like, I'm not looking for no dude that just think we just finna hook up every now and again. No, I'm too over there. Like, I've been there, done that. And so at this point, I'm trying to build something for my future.
Right.
And if you don't see that in me, one thing I really do believe is that when you know. Right. And I think oftentimes dudes just be lying because it's like, this is something that can hold me over until I find her. But that's not fair to her, to the she who ain't her.
No her. Ain't no her.
It
ain't no
him.
Right.
It is a her. It is a him.
And when you just say when you say boom, there you go.
right.
Only thing
No. Because at the end of the day, we can make our mouth say a whole lot of stuff.
But when y'all make me feel retarded up here, because
but when you really
I wish you would just say something.
But when you really be honest, that's the thing. Like, people don't be honest. I'm just keeping it 100. They're not honest with their intentions, what they really want, what you will and won't accept. Because see, what happens is, because it sound good to you, and you know your homegirls or you and your homeboy done talked about this, so it's like, you know, you kicking game to a degree because you don't necessarily know this is exactly what you want. So you say, well, you know, I want a man that's gonna do all of these different things for you. And that really ain't what you want.
But see, and what makes that crazy? But see, and the thing is,
because that's some stuff that you see.
Well, because then it evolves. Like, as you constantly grow, and in time, your wants and your needs, it changes. So the person that you with has to be.
You say
what you want individually as a person, individually, even if you're in a relationship, or especially when you're in a relationship, your wants and your needs are going to change in time. You're going to evolve.
Absolutely.
the other person is going to have to be able to not only be able to do the same thing for themselves, but be interested in yours and be willing to support you through your growth and your changes.
But you have to know where you want to go first. That's the thing.
Right.
Most
and
people
the problem
don't know
that.
Right. And that's where the
problem.
issue comes
right.
in. Because at the time,
so how do you know? How do you? So let's say you meet somebody on Tinder.
You have to know yourself.
So you meet somebody on Tinder, and then say you meet somebody on Tinder or whatever. You meet in the club or you meet at the bar, whatever the hell. And y'all start to talking, and when it gets down to the nitty, y'all done slept with each other and had sex and all this stuff, and realize y'all like each other. How do you know? And people, I think it's probably because you look financially first, or look at what they do for a living. I know it doesn't. People look at what you do for a living.
I do agree
immediately, because look. And they look at the income and the income, because for women they look at a man and be like, okay, his earning income or the type of money he makes, in a way or psychologically, it lets me know how much he can protect me or how much he can do for me. And if he ain't got that much money, he can't really do for me, and I'm already struggling potentially. Because
I seen women
unless they already
who
got
are already struggling go get with a nigga that's struggling. So
right.
That's not true.
That's how. The
truth of the matter is a lot of women. There's a lot of women that end up with men because they see potential in them that a dude don't see in himself.
Old school song.
Ain't nothing like wasted time.
The issue is that I can't see your potential and push you to something that you don't see for yourself. That's where a lot of people get lost in.
Right.
You get lost in, okay, well, Chucky, I see, you definitely could be on Broadway. You could do this, you could do that. I got to push you. You see what I'm saying? I have to. It's something you need from me to cultivate in order for you to be able to do that. However, oftentimes what happens is women bite off more than they can chew, or how we like to say, in the church world, what was the word? It was on the tip of my tongue. You basically you went and tried to make a harvest out of something that wasn't for you. You went and took on something that wasn't for you, that you wasn't equipped to take. But it be based upon, I think this could be this, so I think it's supposed to be that. And it don't necessarily be that. And you have to you have to know yourself. When it comes to dating, period, I think why my situation where I'm at it has been or is being successful is because when I was ready to start dating or whatever, I knew what I wanted, and I refused to settle for anything different than what I wanted. The thing is, a lot of times we put things out there and say this is what we want, but then we start settling for some of the things because it's just like, well, maybe my list is too much,
be settling,
or maybe this ain't
this,
or maybe
this
this
right
ain't
now.
that.
That's what I'm still saying
like
to this day, because I can't settle.
And I done had plenty of cars. I done had some cars for 5 years. I done had some cars for 1 month. And the check engine light came on and I had to hurry up and sell it to somebody else and let that be their piece of crap.
Right.
And I got some cars that I might keep and end up buying a second car. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then now I just got the other one in the back.
Right. You can ride every now and then if you want to.
It's a perfect car. Every car got something wrong with it.
Right.
You could be like, that's my dream.
You could get a brand new car just like how you wanted to.
You could say a Lamborghini is your dream car. Or you
get your dream one.
Or whatever. You go get you a Lambo. You're going to have to go take it to get serviced.
Eventually.
Right.
You're going to pay for that Lambo. That what Lambo, the gas costs more. The maintenance costs more.
The thing is, you went and got a Lambo. You knew that when you got a Lambo, there's
true.
A certain quality that you got to keep up to.
There's
a certain thing. No,
really,
because did you want a Lambo body?
Right. He knew the doors go up.
Exactly. So the question would have been, did you want a Lambo body and a Kia engine?
That what they want.
Or did you want a real Lambo? That's the difference.
The metaphors in this conversation, nigga. If y'all didn't catch this 5 minutes ago, you don't know what the hell we talking about.
I take a Lambo with some Kia maintenance. I take that. That's about what you brought in here last time. That little badge up. That was
right. But see, you know what? But she ran on unleaded. You thought she was in Mercedes Benz.
It looked like a Lambo.
But the bitch ran on unleaded. Let me tell you something.
She looked like a Lambo, but she was really a Lincoln Continental.
Right, exactly. Look with a flat. Look, the back left seat. The back left tire was actually on a donut. You didn't even know that. It was the back left on the Lambo.
He had one of them salvage
on the Lambo. You ever seen the spare tire on the Lambo? You ain't never seen it. It confused me too.
That was one of them ones from Pull Apart.
But
they put back together. Pull Apart, put together off Morley. No.
Anyway, well, at the end of the day, I think when you do embark in a new relationship, it's important that both of you guys, for one, make it clear. No matter how you get with somebody, whether it's online, in person, whatever, at this point, just find someone to love. Don't settle, but find somebody. And then when you do get them, make sure that you give them the same respect that you want. Don't offer nothing that you ain't willing to give, and don't do more than you able to do. And don't set false expectations, and don't lie. And I can't tell you to be perfect, because no one should be perfect, but you definitely should be someone that you expect to be with.
More than anything, love yourself before you
Exactly.
go follow me.
that's true
Love
too.
we're
Right.
gonna do. That's one thing. One component about while I feel like I feel like I could be successful in a relationship is because I dated myself. Like I took her out. I went to dinner by myself. I went to the movies by myself.
I'm dating myself right
I
now.
know, right? I'm tired of dating myself.
Okay. What I'm saying is I got to know and fall in love. And a lot of times, like even if I'm out speaking or somewhere, what I tell people all the time is that I love the hell out of myself. I love me the good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah,
I
me too.
love my stretch marks. I love my cellulite. I
sorry,
love
my
all
bear.
those things
I said
about
selfie
myself.
love. I ain't saying no
And
bad
Okay.
so because of that, I think that's why being in a relationship is not hard, because not only do I know how I want to be treated, but I know how to treat somebody else because I know how to treat me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that more than anything is important. But going on to the next point really quick, and that is when you're in a relationship, when do you think that it's good for you to meet family?
As long as possible. I'm just no, I ain't
That's
really
when you
like
don't
that.
expect them to be around. Cause
No, right, yeah.
I don't like meeting. Like I've dated guys, and they'd be happy to go take me to their mom. Cause I'm the girl you take home to mom.
Depend
I'm
on
the
how
girl you take home to
often
grandmama, auntie,
Right.
cousins, children.
I could bring you to my mom
baby
and them house. You
mamas,
probably
all
wouldn't
that
even
kind of
see
stuff.
them for a minute.
But the thing is, when do you know to do that? Because
But
I
y'all been
think.
together for a minute. You feel comfortable, and you think
But
that they'll be around long enough.
But why is it when you think that they'll be around long enough instead of you actually feel like you making a future with the person? Because sometimes people will take you around.
Right,
Because our parents are
Some
embarrassing.
people just will take you around and meet their family. Like every girl that the dude
Right.
ever been with, or
My
every
daddy
girl
gonna
that
look
you
at
ever
you
been
sideways
with.
and
They
try
gonna-
you.
That
You be
means
like, okay,
wait a
girl,
minute.
you know I'm
You
older
know
than
how
him.
many people? Right, exactly. So
anyway.
I mean, that is a great question. To me, it's good when you know it's gonna be something. Like for me, I don't bring just anybody around my family. 9 times out of 10, if a dude has met my family or some people in my family, like it take forever to meet my kids.
Yeah, I've talked to
So-
chicks for years and they've never met my
Right.
kids or any of my family.
Yeah.
That's
Been
important.
At
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, if I don't want you around my kids, that's out of
Certain.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's important. That tell you when you don't want them around. That'll let you know for real. So so first and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and end this little part of it. Y'all should know. Y'all can follow us all on Instagram. Mine is at Chucky Love, CHUCKILOVE.
At the Chemical, THEKMICOLE.
And at everything too funny. That's THANG, the number 2 funny. Everything too funny.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, and we are
I
able
know,
to
just trying to mess up my
I
plug.
was
Mess up my
super
plug.
thirsty, but then
I'm
I
like,
just thought
EV
about
girl,
how
our
why-
Instagram for the show
I just
is
thought
That's
about
How You
crazy
Feel
it looked
show.
like I was just sucking
And y'all
the
go
water
ahead and add us
bottle
up.
and it just
We are on
flowed.
YouTube. You can search us the same way. I think we have our Facebook up. We got a Facebook up. Yeah. So be
And
sure
y'all
to
stop
add
looking
us
for
up
the
and follow
one.
us on our.
Y'all stop looking for the one and just get you someone.
And
All
share
right?
and comment, man. Leave the comments and subscribe, man. We got to get the subscribe button because that's how we get paid. So we can get more better stuff and we can start going on locations and we can pay guests. And okay, so last but not least, you know what I'm saying? Because we are getting to the tail end of today's show. It's been exciting. So now that y'all met and y'all been together for a minute and y'all realize that it wasn't it.
Oh, dang, we breaking up already?
Well, not even necessarily already. Say y'all been together for a minute. What's the difference? Do you handle it differently if y'all been together for a long time, as opposed to if it's someone that you just started dating?
Yeah, you tape off. You start
I
smashing
think
like
sometimes
once a month.
you get complacent and you don't break up.
What are
Good
some
time
good?
go by.
What are some good reasons to break up with somebody? It's the wrap.
You
of
don't
it,
feel
what
like it's going nowhere. That's
Tired
the number
of.
one reason, in my opinion.
when you what?
You don't feel like
You
it's
know,
going nowhere. Like if you don't, I think that it's wrong to waste people's time. Time is something you can't rewind.
That's true. That's true. What
mean,
about
no.
you, cousin?
Found something better.
Damn. I mean, but what if she was already good, but then you find her?
There's a
What
lot
if
of
you was
things.
already driving a Benz S class, but then you come up on an E class?
No, I'm just messing with you. But I don't know. It just depends on how things work out. But
Yeah.
not just like I just find something better, but things come to an end. Even all great TV shows, all that got to come to finale,
Sure.
man. Like if Breaking Bad was still on right now, it sucked. Like it's Better
Right.
Call Saul. now,
Right.
and It sucks.
Right.
It had to have this amount of seasons, and it ended, and that's a great show.
Right,
or The
right.
Wire or something. That's how I look at relationships.
Right.
I feel like they all serve a purpose. You know, I grow from each one of them. I know I've cultivated and helped all them grow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We both taught each other lessons, and I take that and I keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't found nothing to make me want to keep that the whole time. It's just after a certain amount of time,
You evolve,
Waking
and
up
even
to-
you evolve, right.
you keep waking up to that same routine or something. Or da-da-da.
So I think it
wrong
may,
kind of women.
maybe it
I'm sorry,
benefit from
I
having a
don't know.
woman
I
that knows how
have the
to,
wrong kind of women.
right, the
You
one
know
that knows
about
how
some
to,
of
yeah.
Yeah,
They be
you have
good too, though.
Because you,
Right.
'cause you shouldn't wake
They
up.
be good.
Can't wake up to
good.
the same thing but the difference
They
is
look
you have to have
good
a
on
woman
the
again
outside.
Right.
And life
that her
be good.
outside pales, her inside pales in comparison to what her outside
It just
look
be
like.
evil. You know, say evil is good. And if you get your piece of evil ass, no, but it's like that. Like they be evil, but they be good. I don't know. Honestly, I ain't found the
It
right
sound
one.
like
But I-
self-sabotage.
I might have to go to church. Like, I might just end up going back to church and just find
Just trying to find you
But
a
them
good,
girls
clean
did
girl.
wrong too.
My baby mama, I'm sorry.
I just
I'm
think
not
that
finna
you
bring
really
her
have
up.
to get to know the person. Like I
Right.
think that that's what the biggest thing, because of what we talked about earlier about you know just communication and
Right.
things like that. It's not the same, so it's hard to court somebody and really get to know the core of who they are. Because guess
Right,
what?
right.
In the beginning, everybody introduced you to their representative.
Right.
Exactly.
Thing about me
You
is
gotta
my
see that for a while.
representative is who I am. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like, oh yeah, I'm not just
And
the
bigger than that,
representative.
you
I'm the
gotta go
president.
through
I'm
the
the CEO.
motions, too.
I'm this. I'm that. You know
You
what I
gotta
mean?
see them when they up and down.
Right.
Yeah.
Besides just that front they put on, if everything's fine for 2 years,
But the
and
thing
that,
about it
as soon as they
is-
go broke, they start beating on you because they mad at they hate their
But
job.
that's
or something.
again,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
again, that goes back to knowing who you are. And in my current situation, y'all know, like I was really going through some stuff. Like at the first part of the year, like with my house and all of those different things. But when I was, going through my little tender stage or whatever, I just was straight up like my house burned down. I lost all my stuff. I'm not looking for you to save me. Like I work. I'll work. I get out here and do what I need to do. What I needed, and it was like I just needed refuge somewhere that I could escape my reality while I was reprogramming and getting things together. And I think that that's what really breeded the situation for me.
Right. See, I get it. But my shit is crazy because like I'm someone who would love to have a relationship, but I always tend to meet them probably in the list of best ways, social media, whatever. But it's supposed to this nigga. He's doing this because my social life, I guess, to some would be considered pretty dope, right? I sleep
But
with
not to
models and
him.
actresses and stuff like.
But not to him.
Because even in those relationships, a lot of times they're superficial.
That's what I was gonna say.
You know what I mean?
Sound good. It sounds superficial. To me.
Yeah, I mean, I always joke about it like I'm gonna
be.
be rich, famous with all my accolades in an empty household, a whole bunch of young chicks using me for my money. I laugh about it,
Right,
but I kinda,
and
cry about it.
I was just gonna
It's
say it's
kinda sad
it
about
seemed
it,
like
but-
it would kind of mess with your self-esteem.
Yeah,
and
well, in a
self-worth
way,
that
because
in
what it
my
does
opinion.
a lot on some real shit. A lot of times, I feel like I question like,
emptiness.
what is
Yeah,
wrong?
what's
Like, what
your
is
real-
wrong with
what
me?
you
Why am
really
I
want?
not good enough? Am I
Right.
not? You know what I'm saying? People see me on doing whatever, and you don't know. I don't talk to nobody at the end of the day when I get off work. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no one that's like, oh, I love you.
Give him a hug.
I don't need it. I don't need no damn
All
hug.
y'all like that.
Get your head on here.
All of YouTube, we need y'all to send the energy to Chuck. Give him.
No, but I think
but
one of
it's
the
harder
other
like
things
that. I
is,
know.
but one of the things, and this is just a big sister to you, is you
I need
can't
some.
look for superficial chicks either. What you
I
like?
don't
No.
know, right,
But
right.
you have a specific kind of type situation.
Yeah.
And so you attract the very thing that you really don't want because of the superficialness
They
of
come
them.
along with it,
Exactly.
right?
Get you a
You're
kind
not gonna
ugly
get it. No, she ain't gotta be ugly.
Get your
Right.
Leslie,
I can't do
Leslie Jones.
No, but you can. No, you ain't gotta get
Get your
that.
Leslie Jones.
Choker!
Who don't do that?
I love you.
No, but you could go for a little thick chick, or you could go for maybe a shorter chick.
I even like a regular. I want my chick to be like an old down home and nerdy book reading. We have intellectual conversations.
No,
she ain't gotta be in videos or nothing like that. She don't gotta be a model.
Who just don't do all that extra stuff.
Right, and I think I could find one like that. That she can still be gorgeous like I like them to be, but at the same time, become my battery done. But yeah, because it's almost over. Yeah, we almost a wrap too. Damn, this show's so good. That's why I got to be a part 2, man. Because this is actually a really good show, man. I don't even think we really going in depth like we want to about it, just because we could really talk about this all day.
Definitely.
But so single life ain't all it's cracked up to be.
It's not.
And relationships are what they cracked up to be
if you let them be. Right.
If you're in the right pretenses and you.
And I can honestly say, like, at this point, what I love is having somebody who wants me to be their partner.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
That's the part. Like, having somebody that wants you to be their partner.
That's what I like about gay people.
Wants to share.
Gay people say that. They be like, that's their partner. Every nigga in this world like, oh, what you mean? Because they don't refer to their lover as, like, you know what I'm saying, they boyfriend, they girlfriend, whatever. Even though when they do, it's weird as hell. Niggas like, my wife is like this. I'm like, no, nigga. But I do like how, together that's my partner, and they go into. You see, they really be happy. They cut the entire world off.
Beating them girls.
They cut
I love
but they do. I've always seen them. They seem to be happy. They cut the outside world off. They focus on them. They like, you know what I'm saying? It's you and me. We're partners in this, and we're not gonna. You know what I mean? And that's how it's supposed to be in heterosexual relationships.
You have something.
I think that's how they
too.
Right, and I think we miss that. I think a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Women try to feel like they have to compensate because of the way things are. They almost end up compensating for what they think men lack, and men try to compensate for what we think we lack and try to take care of them.
And you end up taking away from the man his
ability to grow and learn and to be able to feel his purpose.
Emasculate him.
Yeah.
You emasculate him from who he need to be. Like, my whole thing is,
he only gonna do that by learning and growing.
I was gonna say,
it's not gonna happen. You can't tell a man how to be a man. You can't.
The person who just refused to emasculate a man, even when sometimes they may a little bit of
a man,
a
man, right. And a woman can't tell a man how to be, just like a man can't tell a female how to be a female or a woman. You know what I mean? So it's wrong. It's weird when people try to make situations what's not theirs to be theirs. Don't make it complicated. Sex ain't complicated. You know what I'm saying? Relationships don't need to be complicated. It can be, but it don't need to be. Give and take.
Communication.
Balance. Exactly, Mundo.
Man,
anyway, man.
We in Atlanta too, so that's what make it a lot more difficult. We in Atlanta.
So
chicks are savage, and these dudes in Atlanta is some sucker ass niggas. A lot of them that ain't from here.
So the question is, lastly, so that we can go ahead and wrap this thing up.
My Bears is coming back. My Bears is coming back. They was down 0-14, but they're coming back a little back.
Anybody got a prescription for him, please? Okay. So how long should it be once you called it quits? How long should it be for you to move on?
As soon as you know. Until you move on. You break up as soon as you know that it's over. Don't play games. Don't linger it on. The longer you do, the harder it's gonna be. They're gonna pick up on that little bullshit that you suck, like the distancing yourself or the giving them a cold shoulder, not answering the phone call. So as soon as you know, keep it moving. And then once it's over, which brother always talks to me about, because I tend to have this or have had this issue, is once you let them go, keep it moving. And don't hit them back or don't answer the phone call. When you lonely. Because it's going to be 3-4 months now, and it don't even take me that long.
I'm so dry.
Right. But you got to keep it moving.
Absolutely.
Don't reach back. Because you're going to go. You're going to want to, and you're going to do it.
Yeah,
but you're going to find yourself in the same boat.
Because there was something, but then the thing about it is, because there was something about that relationship that made you stay as long as you did, or made you develop a bond with the person. What I feel like is unfair is if you know that it's not going to be anything, stop playing.
Right.
Like, don't put people in there. And as far as the how long should you wait to move on, you need to be sure that you're done, and don't move on before you've had the conversation with the person. Because sometimes people, quickly move on, and the other person don't know that they've moved on, and they kind of like, you know, what's
Right.
going on,
Already
that
been
kind of
smashing
situation.
somebody
I
else
be
on
under the
before you
assumption
know
that they
it.
already got somebody like in the
Right.
cut anyway. All they doing is they already got somebody
Right.
like right there, just a text
And it's
message.
scary 'cause
My poor
everybody
brothers
think
have
everybody
really
made
gone
your
through
ass.
some crazy.
That's
Women,
why
y'all
it is
have
so-
just done some things to these boys, because good God Almighty.
It's only right
It rough.
because I
It
have
rough
done
out
some
here.
things
It rough out here being
myself.
Okay, well, we have finally come to the end of the show. We could talk all day, especially about this topic,
man.
because I'm really big on the
I'm
relationship
trying to get to this Bears
situation.
game.
And he's over here trying to watch the Bears.
Yeah, man.
And looks like
13-14
they're
fourth
losing.
quarter. 13-14 fourth quarter. 11 minutes left. Shout out to the Falcons. It was a good game today, fellas. But next time we gonna rise up. And shout out to people before we go, because she finna wrap us up. Shout out to P. Silly. She's a cheerleader for the Atlanta Falcons, and I just want to tell you that I think you're gorgeous, and I could tell by your post that you're very intent. See, this is how you do it. This is how it start, and then you go into the DM, and then you just say like, you know.
But you're talking about a woman who's a public figure who has over millions.
To Lola. Shout out to Lola.
Happy birthday, Lola.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy Lola! Happy birthday, Lola!
Okay, sorry about that. Happy
Oh, and happy birthday to my sister. It was last week. You know, I'm sorry I'm not there today to be there with you.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
Happy birthday
All right.
to you. Happy birthday.
Okay.
That's that grandma.
Okay,
Right.
so now we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah, man.
Real quick. So you guys,
Like rubbers and thoughts.
let's go.
Oh,
Let's run how y'all feel about today's show. Real quick.
Okay.
I'll wrap us up after that.
All right. So how I feel is, as far as the dating and relationships, I feel like the relationship thing, you know what I'm saying? Don't get into one until you're happy, or until you know for sure once you in it, be in it and be happy. I don't really got too much to say because we've already talked about it. I'm more excited about what we talk about the next time we go around with this part 2, when we get into the metaphysical about it, like the exchanging of energies during sex and what it's like when you're trying to build up, like actually trying to help build up the other, you know what I mean? So, anybody who wants to chime in on that conversation and want to take a part of it, please feel free to call us, whatever. But I feel good about it all. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Oh, you ready for me? Okay. As far as for the relationships, social, I'm just going to go through everything. Social media, pulling a snack is great. Once you're in a relationship with the snack, it's horrible. How long should you wait before hooking up? Soon as she want to give it to you or you want to give it to them, it's up to you. That don't really make matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She think I give it then.
You know that part don't matter.
Gave
You
it
know
up
what I'm
there
saying?
easy.
Social media and all that
Just
has
let me
killed
know.
human interaction.
She
People
know
on
what
a
she
text
want out of
mode.
life.
I'd rather talk on the phone. As far as you know, meeting family and friends and all that stuff, keep all them away till you actually know you want to keep her around for real like that.
I hope she just make me some broths.
You want to move on after a relationship? I don't think you really got to tell the person. Just move on. You can move on the next day sometime. Really, just listen to the weekend for like 3 days and then just go.
Right.
Just cry in the inside or
Right.
outside and go get
Right.
somebody else.
Yeah.
And Puppets can't be gay. And Katt Williams be lying and he on crack again.
Damn.
And screw Roseanne.
That's how we ended.
And I want to see Botham Jean case
all
get
this
solved.
goodness, that's how we
and
ended
that white
our show.
lady
Do not
Amber
laugh at him
go to
Facebook
jail.
Live. Do
all
not
this
laugh
is.
at
This is
him.
That's how I feel.
Okay, and so as we wrap this up, let me just bring it back full circle. So today's show was about relationship, but one of the things that I really want to drive home is that before you can effectively be in a relationship with anyone, you have to first cultivate the relationship with yourself.
And
love the hell out of you.
Yeah.
And then you can say what you will and won't take what you do and do not like. That's the biggest thing. I think we don't know what we want because we don't know who exactly that we are. Yeah. So I think that's a big thing. And so sorry, I'm talking to y'all in the camera.
And that's our main camera.
Yeah. So but the biggest thing again is self-love. I'm a huge proponent of that. And when you do get in relationships, be honest, be upfront and honest in the beginning. Have that conversation first before you decide to do anything, before you decide to switch bodily fluids or whatever your situation is. Make sure that you have a good conversation, because the thing about it is, if you do not communicate it, they don't know it, and no one can read your mind. I'm sorry, Madam Cleo is in jail. Oh, don't take phone calls no more. However,
Right,
whatever.
because she was lying too.
Call me now.
But
Some she can read.
call me now. But
Put
again,
your money
we
on
think
me book.
go. Oh Jesus! See, I should go. But anyway, we thank you guys for listening
Once
today.
again, man, follow us, man, on Instagrams and on the YouTubes, and subscribe and
So that's how you
donate
feel,
and
show.
like and share and comment.
And let us know what your comments. Your comments were absolutely awesome on the last show. Let us
We
know
are
some other
booking.
things that you guys want to hear. You can hit us at booking.
Yeah.
That's how you feel at gmail.com.
If you want to be on the show, please feel free to hit us up.
Definitely. We're definitely looking
Come
for
on, man.
The
some
next
guests to
episode
be able
is
to come
what?
out.
What we
Right
talking
there.
about? Education on the next show. Well, one episode might be it's either gonna be education or finance or something like that, but it's
But
gonna be
again,
dope.
today was an awesome show, and we just thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
And the final thought, which we always try to leave you with something to meditate on, and that is don't expect something from others that you cannot give. Okay?
Right.
Thanks for
Message.
watching.
Okay.
Message.
All right. So